Greetings, friends. Thank you so much for joining me for another Mindful Moment Monday. This is a pre recorded session, so I appreciate you checking in, and you can definitely revisit this anytime you are needing of any kind of mindfulness practices. So, today I'm so happy to bring you a practice that I really enjoy. It's very simple and it's very effective. It is called Bhramari Pranayama. And pranayama is a practice that is sort of umbrella for various different practices. So, pranayama, the essential root word, Sanskrit root word of pranayama is basically prana means life force, so life force energy, and lots of folks refer to it as air, as breath. But it also involves a lot more. So the practice of pranayama is coupled with yama, which means control or to sort of subdue. So this is a way of learning to control the life forces within your body, within your vessel. And this practice is very effective for the Agna chakra, which is Agna translates into from root Sanskrit word. It means Agna means command. So in English meaning command. So this is a space that lots of yogis and some of my gurus have taught me that Agna is where you receive the commands or the messages from the supreme consciousness. And so the Agna is a really interesting place because it's right between the third eye, right between the brow here, which is also referred to as the third eye. And this practice is effective because what it does is so the third eye, the Agna chakra, is also incorporated and connected with the ethers in the body. So the ethers in the body, it is stored within that area of the psychic body. And the way that this practice can be effective is it will help you to clear out that space. So it uses a incorporating of positioning of the body, using the breath as well as sound. So the vibration that we're going to use is also is connected to the chin, which is the consciousness, the mind area. So the is connected to the chin, the consciousness of the mind. And with this practice, it incorporates sound, it incorporates the breath. And then if you get more advanced into it, so this is just an introductory, very basic teaching, but if you get more advanced into it, you can also start incorporating the bandhas, which is the body locks, which is the further part of deeper part of working with the prana. So that's a deeper practice and deeper level of pranayama. But today we're going to just keep it very easy, very basic. And there's three things that go along with this practice. So Bhramari Pranayama, so going back to what I was explaining, Bhramari actually translates into a bumblebee. So it's the bumblebee sound. That's the sound we're going to imitate. And a lot of the yogic practices I love always come back to learning from nature. And a lot of the poses and the asanas are actually in homage to specific animals. So I love that this practice comes back to our greatest teacher, which is nature. So I'm really thankful for that. And this practice is going to incorporate three things. So we're gonna practice a breath, we're gonna practice a posture, and then we're gonna practice the sound. So the breath and the sound go sort of together. So the breath is first very basic breathing. So I'll give you a very quick course on the first steps of sort of starting that yogic breathing. So the yogic breathing is a breathing technique where you're going to start in the belly, but then you're going to bring that breath up to the front of the chest, all the way up to the clavicle, almost as if you have it here in your throat. So when you're going to try this, I encourage you to try to practice this. You can pause the video and practice it a few times until you start to feel it right up in the chest here. So first what we're going to do is we're going to practice a couple breaths together. So this is going to be a bit different than what soft belly breath is. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little more intense because it's going to be more focused and more intentful. So this is going to be a breath where you can bring in your breath. And mind you, you can do in through the nose or you can breathe through the mouth. It's up to your comfort level. I like to do through the nose because I feel like it brings more consciousness to the third eye space, because I focus on the breath coming through my nose up into this space. So it helps me a little bit better to take it to another level of real intention. So, but if you feel more comfortable breathing through the mouth, that is just fine. But breathing in through the nose helps also with starting with the belly. So we're gonna keep the abdominal abs. We're gonna keep the abs nice and relaxed right now. So if you're in a chair, which is the best way to get a good breath, is to be up straight with the spine straight. And we're going to take some breaths here together. Just notice first. Just noticing your natural breath for now. No control. And I'm closing my eyes because I feel like it helps me to concentrate on my breath a little more, just to close out the outside. And if you're able to and feel comfortable, feel the same way, go right ahead. And in this moment, I'd like for you to take your breath awareness just a bit further, and I'd like you to breathe in deep and leave the belly soft. Feel the belly rise. And fall. And then on the next breath, expand further into the chest with the breath. One more time, breathing, keeping the belly soft. Expand the breath into the chest. Controlled exhale. Nice and long and drawn out exhale. Again, inhale. Up to the chest. Slow, long exhale. I want you to imagine that breath filling the belly up. Breathe in. Coming up through the chest. Into the clavicle space. And then slow, controlled release. And this time with the exhale, bring that breath in. And exhale. Keeping the jaw closed, the lips together, and you're going to do the M sound, breathing in again to the top clavicle and out with the M sound. One more time. All the way up to the clavicle, deep as you can. Controlled. You want to keep the jaw closed, the lips together, and as you're doing it, you'll feel the vibration behind the lips and even behind the front teeth. And you want to keep the tongue relaxed on the inside as well. Just let the jaw stay closed. And we're going to put on top of that, to incorporate the final piece into this practice, is to bring in the darkness. So being that this is a practice that is really good for the third eye, it's a really good practice to do right before you go to bed. It's a good practice to do when you're releasing the melatonin, because this will actually help you get to a space of REM, so that's rapid eye movement sleep, where the dream state is. And it's where we do our ultimate processing as human beings in our brain, and also with the way we process the stimuli that we encounter every day. So this is a very helpful a very helpful practice to help that process. And we're going to incorporate on top of that breathing. This is the positioning. So we bring our eyes closed, and again, the darkness helps to bring out that melatonin, to produce that, and to let the body be able to be relaxed. So you close your eyes here, you have your eyes covered, and we're taking our thumbs here, and you're going to press and close the ear. Close the ear. And this is part of the practice. So when we're here and we have our ears closed, we're breathing in that big yogic breath up to the clavicle, and then releasing with the and the whole time your eyes are darkened and closed, and you have your thumbs and your ears closed. And what will happen is you'll feel that. So if you want to try it a couple times as I'm talking, but you'll feel it right in the space here, but it's a good start to start off with 5 breaths. So we'll do the practice together. It's very simple, and at the end you can kind of come to, and also as I'm going to say, is while you have your eyes closed like this and you're breathing through, on your 5th breath, what I'll recommend to do is, because sometimes if you're practicing this and you open your eyes right away, you may get a little bit dizzy. So it's best to really ease yourself and give yourself the grace to come back slowly. So what I do is, I usually, when I do my last breath, I unplug my ears and then I shift my hands this way. And behind my hands, I open my eyes. I just flutter them open maybe 1, 2, or 3 times. And then after the 3rd time, I'll close my eyes and slowly, slowly let my hands slide down my face, because it's giving me the time to process what I just went through, and it gives me the time to come back to myself, because I'm having my hands slide down my face, and it gives me sensory. So then I can open and flutter my eyes, and it helps a lot with not getting overwhelmed or overstimulated as soon as you open your eyes. So let's do the practice. Find yourself in a really comfortable position where the spine is going to be straight, and a chair is just fine. You can also do the standing, but again, like I said, be very gentle when you're coming back to yourself. So allow yourself the space here. Settle into where you're at. And first, we're just going to bring it to the breath. So find yourself in your chair. And just breathe naturally for now. Letting yourself settle in the space. And now we're going to do that breath, keeping the belly soft and bringing that breath all the way up to the chest and clavicle. So let's go ahead and start in. Breathe in. And just breathe out. Just with the breath now. Slow and controlled exhales, and we're bringing that breath from the belly up, so bring it into the belly, up to the chest, to the clavicle, and then controlled release. Get into your position, hands over your eyes. Deep breath in, plug your ears, and then the sound out. And very slowly shift your hands, allowing your fingers to be on your forehead, thumbs on the side of your face, and just gently open your eyes a couple times behind your hands. And then let your eyes close and rest. And very slowly, with awareness, allow your fingers and your hands to slide down your face, all the way down to your chin. And only when you're ready, at your own pace, you can flutter your eyes open. Thank you so much for coming to this practice, and I hope this practice will help you. Allow yourself to do this at 5 times starting out, and you can slowly increase in increments depending on how long you need to do this. But even after, I feel pretty relaxed. So thank you so much, and I hope this will help you. You have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.